As Epic Universe gears up, Universal is making patents that seem like they might be tracking guests more than they might be expecting. Let's talk about that on That Park Place. Hello, I am Jonas J. Campbell, an investigative reporter for That Park Place. Here with me is Vash Sky. Vash, how are the clouds out there in Vash Sky?
The clouds are doing very well, very blue, as you might be able to notice. But I'm not the only one underneath some clouds that may have been formed by a certain wizard. Here we go, theme park wizard. What is going on?
Yes, right.
Welcome back. I'm here to conjure up my magic.
That's right. I need you for this video, and ever since this article came out, and this is how our scheduling issues have worked. I have been wanting to get your comment on two stories in particular ever since this one came out. This one out of WDWNT, Universal files patent for tracking guests in restaurants. I know it starts small, but maybe the patent can be used for more than that. Here we see vendors and POS. That means point of sale for those of you who might be wondering, or which version of POS that might be talking about. We have some guest areas. We have a camera and a control system. Let's talk about all these things working together. This article, again, WDWNT and Shannon Ace from December 18th of 2023. New patent by Universal, destinations and experiences. You don't just have experiences, you have destinations. Could make it easier for team members to deliver food to guests at quick service restaurants. Orlando Business Journal shared details of the patent titled Systems and Methods for Locating Guests in a Facility for Order Delivery. A camera will capture guests when they order food at a quick service restaurant, identifying them by one or more attributes, maybe their face. Then as guests move through the restaurant, the system continues to track them and show employees where they have sat down. This way, servers can bring food directly to a guest table. Currently, guests have to wait at the counter for their food, carry a device that buzzes when their food is ready for pickup, a placed number, placard, or tracking device on their table, or input their table number on the resort app. The new system is designed to remove pressure and anxiety from guests, as well as make finding guests easier for employees. The system means guests don't need to be on alert for their food. Plus, if they leave their table and go to the bathroom, the server would know they haven't left the restaurant. Right now, the patent only specifically addresses restaurant services. Here we go. But the wording leaves it open for the technology to be later used in other ways. For example, Universal could use the guest tracker to find lost guests or threatening guests. This is fascinating to me, as well as before I get your comment here. This article from Orlando Park Stop, sorry. This is Alicia Stella's website, and this article by Alicia Stella, who does fantastic work covering Universal. Universal Orlando starts testing facial recognition turnstiles at Islands of Adventure. This from October 12th. So even before the patent was found for the guest tracking at restaurants. A few weeks ago, Mark Woodbury, that's the charming fellow in the Epic Universe video, that the company was starting to utilize facial recognition technology at Universal Orlando. The first turnstile tests have begun at Universal Islands of Adventure theme park. Screens have been installed on a few of the existing turnstiles during this technical rehearsal of the new technology. Universal says this new photo validation replaces existing fingerprint scans when entering the park. Fingerprints are kind of useful because if someone's fingerprints are left at a scene, but everybody's got a face. You can see everybody's face when they're just walking around here. Look at that. It looks like a camera and a screen there, and a lot of engineers and cast members checking that thing out, trying not to look like a bunch of spooks. Sorry, I'm going to say, if I saw those guys standing around, I would assume there's some kind of sting going on. Let's see if they have a picture of the patent here. Yeah, here it is. Facial image, facial identification data. This guy's got a beard. Looks like he needs to shave before he goes into the park. So my theory here is, and you guys know more about Universal than I do. You probably know more about theme parks in general than I do. I hear that Epic Universe is going to be using a different system than we're used to. And I think this technology can be used to track you every single moment that you're in those parks, if it is robust by the time Epic Universe rolls around. Am I just a conspiracy theorist here, or is there something new going on?
Wizard?
Well, yeah. So they'll be using the facial recognition testing technology that is being tested now is like version 1, kind of like a teaser right there. And then when Epic Universe opens, they'll be using an upgraded version of the facial recognition technology for access to lands and attractions. And then, yeah, I guess with that new patent with the restaurant, they're probably using that in there. But yes, it seems just like yeah, they'll be knowing everything, optimizing optimizing guest flow and experience, I guess, for the brand new park next year.
So it sounds like to me that anyone, and this is something that has not really been covered a lot in the press around Epic Universe. It's been very focused on the different lands. Celestial Park, almost said Centennial again. Celestial Park is going to be an area where people, at least after a certain time of day, anyone can enter Celestial Park. It sounds like. Is that consistent with what you guys have heard?
Yes, like around maybe after 6 p.m. or so. That seems to be the leading theory there. And then, but even after that time, since there's 2 rides in Celestial Park, you'll need a park ticket to ride those 2 rides even after that time. And that's partially where the facial recognition comes in, because to enter the queue, your face will be your park ticket, or at least that would be an option. So then you can go and ride those 2 rides in Celestial Park after 6 p.m. when it's free to other people, if you have a park ticket. So if a free person tries to go in there and their face doesn't scan, that means they don't have a park ticket and they can't ride the Starfall races or the carousel attraction. But can enjoy the restaurants.
To me. And Vash, I want to get your comment in just a second. So is this, you kind of said it could be an option. Is there any word on actual turnstiles versus the facial recognition tech, or is there going to need to be some kind of like security officer there that's always watching? Because I know they've got these portals between the lands, and I think it'll be a little different when you have Starfall racers and whatever that Constellation carousel is, which looks amazing. My kids are excited for it. Is there going to be somebody like kicking people out or having to look intimidating at each one of these entrances to say, "Oh no, you sir, you are not qualified to be here. Please produce your papers."
Yeah, there'll be some team members at each portal. So almost like think about like the lightning lane scanner, right? So if your lightning lane scanner doesn't beep, then they say, "Where's your ticket?" They back away from the line. Same concept, just with the facial recognition instead.
Okay. Well, that doesn't sound as bad as somebody just wandering around the park and pointing people out and say, "You, sir, step over here," like it's the TSA at the airport.
Oh, yeah, no.
Vash, what do you think the implications of this will be at the park?
Well, a couple, interestingly enough. So I've heard, obviously, what Ethan has detailed right there, and I think that's going to be the most likely outcome. I've also heard that this facial recognition technology might actually be able to take a step further when it comes to theme park access. You might be able to, upon day one, or at least the infrastructure will have been set up for it, to be able to purchase lands a la carte, which is interesting. So we know that there's going to be 4 portals there: the Isle of Berk, Dark Universe, Ministry of Magic, and Super Nintendo World. But is there a future in which you could purchase lands separately from the actual entire theme park experience, and then have facial recognition be the thing that actually delineates between which land you actually have access to upon entering the theme park itself? That could possibly be an outcome here as well. In terms of the restaurant side of things, look, I mean, if you've ever tried to mobile order at Disney, it's a little bit of a pain. There is some convenience to it. I'm not going to say there's not, but not as much conveniences as one would. I don't know. You're not more inclined or less inclined to use it. I'll put it that way. Whereas Universal, their mobile order technology is pretty cool, because you have a placard at the table. You just sit down at the table, you scan the actual barcode or QR code itself on the table itself, and then your food is brought to you. Well, is there a way in which we can make this even more streamlined by actually adding facial recognition technology? I believe that there is. Mark Woodbury did say that this was going to be the most technologically advanced theme park in the world. And this is definitely one part of that strategy, for sure.
You know, I do see a good customer case for this. I have some concerns about people walking through those portals, and those portals technically being just a security check. It feels a little creepy to me, but I do like the idea here. And Obviously we have Isle of Berk, we have Super Nintendo World, we have Ministry of Magic, sorry, the Wizarding World, Ministry of Magic, and of course this Dark Universe area. Helios, that's probably going to be a little bit more exclusive because that's man, that thing looks like it. I don't know how much it costs, but it looks like $1 million right there. The idea of separate ticketed events in an individual land, like if they wanted to shut down an individual land for a private event, or if they decide to do a Halloween Horror Nights style event at Epic Universe, or keep out kids to have the thing set to scan for underage looking faces. Of course, that is problematic on its own. It comes with its own troubles there. I like that idea from a commercial standpoint, that it can help keep out people that shouldn't wander into a scarier event there. So I do see the commercial aspects here. I don't necessarily like the idea of theme parks keeping a record of everybody's faces as a person who doesn't intend to cause trouble at a theme park. But of course, for keeping track of those who might cause trouble, as we've seen incidents at theme parks on the rise, I can see the case for this. Is there anything else you guys want to add before we wrap this up?
Is this does this allow for photo ops on actual attractions themselves, Wizard? Would this technology allow for the tracking of faces while on attraction in order to sell that? I don't know, recording to you later.
I'm not sure, but I guess it could. It seems I don't see why not.
If not, Vash, you might be a genius right there. Stick cameras on the front of all the rides, and forget this idea of getting a photo on Splash Mountain, which obviously you can't do much anymore in the United States. But a recording of someone kind of freaking out on a roller coaster. I love footage of especially kids on roller coasters because they don't care what they look like. They're just reacting. It's amazing. But that being said, I want to throw it to our comment section. What do you think of this technology? Can it be used for good, or will it be used for evil? Let us know in the comment section down below. Of course, go check out Theme Park Wizard. We're going to link his channel down below. The guy knows tons of stuff about theme parks, and of course, especially Universal. He's been an amazing resource on keeping track of Universal Studios and what they've been up to, a theme park company on the rise. So hopefully we can have Wizard back on the channel. And of course, like this video if you like this video, and consider subscribing to That Park Place for all the news that should be fun.
Thanks for watching That Park Place News. For more information, consider checking out www.thatparkplace.com. And don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and send this out on your favorite social media accounts.